let me do an ultra quick intro to the channel, and it's basically just I usually, I guess, fall between two categories of either doing direct commentaries on Dune, Game of Thrones, Wheel of Time, so on and so forth, and the fandom attached to it, and of course, news and updates and rumors on that. And I guess broadly the true crime genre, Scientology, anti Scientology, social movements, and exposing a lot of grifters. Now, when you do the latter, the second category, it can get a little bitter, right? Just constantly focusing on other content creators, people on Twitter, exposing the lies and the grift, and so on and so forth. It's good work if you can get it. I've been a little bit all over the map in terms of who I expose. I'm going to try to be more consistent and cohesive. So, if you're an older subscriber, you're familiar with Nora. For the new people, essentially, Nora is a gay activist who spoke out about her experience in Scientology. She seemed kind of run of the mill, plain vanilla, but then she got more and more militant, hooked up with Aaron Levin, an old friend, and they basically started a massive civil war with fellow creators and fellow ex Scientologists, and basically created a lot of havoc. A lot of lying and grifting and fraud happened, and Aaron kicked her out of his cult. So now Nora, for about, I guess, roughly 9 months at least, officially is independent. She's hooked up with other people trying to create a counterfaction, and the results have been very mixed. But let us get right to it. So I've been tracking the ups and downs of the channel, and I'd have to say, decidedly, just the pure numbers, not my own partisan ideology, it has been down, down, down. There have been a few upticks because she did these clickbait videos on Mike Rinder. Her numbers jumped up. But when she went against Aaron, she lost a lot of people. Now, I want to be very clear. Aaron is a thoroughly evil man. I don't like using these labels unless we have a lot of warrant, but the receipts are pretty devastating with this guy. He's a racist, he's a sexist, he's a homophobe, he's a moron, he's a liar, he's a grifter, he's a fraud, serial cheater, abuser. You go through almost every major ism or problem. Aaron checks off the box. Now, he may not be the worst man on every category, but he's literally hit every high mark, getting drunk in public, starting fights, trouble with the law, backstabbing friends, backstabbing enemies, just complete cringe factory. So I want to be very clear. Aaron is a monster and a beast. That said, and I do give points for Nora speaking out against his grift, but that said, it's her inconsistency that's the problem. So her separating from the Aaron cult was good. She spoke out against its many evils, which were often accurate, but then she tried to create her own echo chamber, and the results have been very mixed. And again, I am still very critical of these people. I can respect them, but be critical. So, for whatever reason, she created a whole jihad against Jenna Miscavige, Knife Hoarder, and Zero Dark Tony, and various other people. She's made a few friends like Dana Rotting Jules, although Dana is also becoming more and more clickbait garbage content. So, it's a very weird, cross cutting set of alliances. Her latest man god is DOA, Defender of Vance. And again, like these other people, he has his ups, he has his downs, good points, bad points. And I will give Nora this, although I think she's mostly a fake, she does seem to, whatever, at least superficially, put up the woke. So one of her latest posts is, Bopa, my people, we must join together. People power against Trump. Hey, I've done commentaries against Trump. I think Trump is mostly horrible, but I'm not dogmatic. Trump has done a few good things. I think with Ukraine, hopefully we're going to get peace there. And some of these other policies, for the most part, are pretty stupid. But some of them are okay. They're actually on the right track, like releasing files devoted to JFK. I don't really care about the JFK assassination, guys, but we should not be having these things secret. They should be in the public. We pay our taxes. This should be in the public record. So Trump is mostly bad, but he does a few good things. But not for Nora. He's one of them white male sexist misogynistics. So, yeah, she's very anti-Trump and alienated her conservative people. And I'm torn on this because many conservative people hate Scientology. A lot of Republicans hate Scientology, even though Scientology is a very right-wing ideology. It's a very weird inter-civil war with the right wing. But Nora can't control herself and just kept attacking Trump and making fun of her own conservative audience. Why? I don't know. Apparently they weren't woke or queer enough for her, so she made fun of them and they decided to leave. So she's experienced an exodus for a while, But even I am stunned. I am stunned. And I've been busy with other people. Just a lot of controversies with Aaron Knifeford and Serge Delmar, which we'll get back to. So I thought it was safe to take a break. But, and I'll take the hit. I usually check her channel almost every day, a couple of hours, just to see where basically she is. Apparently, I was sleeping too many hours. She lost, guys, Thursday, she lost 100 people. 100 people. Now, I have my ups and downs. I've gained a few people the last couple weeks. I've lost a few people. It's going to happen in the YouTube game. She used to have, at her high point, well over 15,000. I think she was nearly at 16,000 people. Now, it is what it is. She lost Aaron. Aaron has nearly 240,000 people. He's got a lot of loyal people, and I don't approve of the way they went after her. She is stupid. She is cringe. She's a liar and a grifter, but they could have done this more gently, more civilly. So, yeah, so she lost thousands of people. That's understandable. But she already lost her conservative people, too. So I'm like, this is genuinely puzzling. Who did she lose? At this point, her channel is what it is. There is no mistaking this channel. This channel is uber woke, even if it's fake. It's uber liberal. She puts out the gay thing. And by the way, if you want to be proud and gay, that is your thing. I have no issue with that. But there is such a thing as being annoyingly super gay. And she is, oh my God, every other intro. Guys, I'm gay. Guys, we're in the gay rod. Guys, we're queer. I'm like, I get it. It's fairly obvious with the rainbow symbolism. I don't approve of the way homosexuality is treated in Scientology. Many gay people are repressed. There's a lot of horror stories. But holy cow, Nora really exaggerates how bad it is. And it's also not because of the gay. I mean, that was a part of it. It's also because, she's a bit of a scumbag and a social climber. And she probably got her knots in a row with her TRs with some people who didn't like her. She thought Zero Dark Tony was secretly working with some of her ex-friends. No evidence of that. Years and years later, she has yet to produce a single piece of evidence that Zero Dark Tony was paid by an old Scientology friend to get revenge on Nora's. The woman is just lost in her own psychopathology. But I feel sorry for her. She does have a family. And although she's not a good activist, at least she gives a spotlight to some local activists. That's good, right? She gave a platform to Crazy Love and a few other people who deserve a platform. But she is a complete mess. But I am genuinely puzzled. I'm like, how do you lose 100 people in one day? And I don't give myself credit, guys. But I will say her latest videos were, even by Nora standards, super cringe. No joke. She did this whole video where she was just shaving her dog and trying to do a commentary on Mexico. Is Nora a good Spanish speaker? No. I don't think she can read Spanish either, so why I don't even know. And she just drifted topic to topic. And some of the stories were actually fascinating. Apparently she knows somebody who was working on Peppy Longstocking. I'm not joking. It was a weird stream of consciousness video. But I was just offended. She's bringing up all these dead people and dead bodies and playing with her dog. I'm like, I get it. These people were in Scientology. It's a cult, but she really needs to learn better social manners. And I tried giving her other videos a chance, and it's like, I'll do the short summary. So she's whining about, oh, guys, Scientology is the worst. Oh, my God, they're coming to get you. Oh, God, I suffered the most. Yeah. Okay, fine, whatever. That's one video. The other video was not very informative either. And again, listen, I take a different stance from other people. Some people are like, we should be really nice and gentle to the Scientologists at all times. No, I think we should be eclectic. Sometimes we can be mean. Sometimes we can be nice. I think activists should go with various different flavors. That's my attitude. But even this one was pretty damn silly. So, an anti-Scientology activist pretended to be into Scientology, got people on the hot mic, and did a basically crank call kind of thing where they did some devastating audio. Did we really learn anything? No. She took a fake test, got the results, and Nora was like, oh, they're still doing the fake test. The Oxford analyses. Right. I mean, Nora's channel suffers from two things. It's just too basic. Like, she keeps offering these things like golden nuggets, like, guys, in Scientology, there's Xeno, a space weirdo cosmic dictator, and Elrond was obsessed with volcanoes. All that is true. We all know this. Like, I'm not a super South Park hardcore fan, so I have to catch up. Right? Like, I'm not like this super sensitive woke guy or snowflake. I'm just not into South Park. So I had to catch up on the South Park stuff. Most people know this now through South Park. He's still acting like, oh, I'm going to give you guys the secret of Scientology. Let's talk about Xeno and the volcanoes. We know that, Queen. Give us something new. And her new thing is reading an old Elron text and saying, guys, that was my peak favorite video of hers. Like, guys, we're going to look at propaganda. Elron defines propaganda as stuff that makes him look good and makes you look bad. Now, this is the problem with Elron. He's a really boring, stupid writer. He says the most obvious things and just comes up with words like, when you symmetrize your arc communication lines, you increase the Aristotelian communication drift of your gaining on your case. And you're like, decode. It's like, oh, you talk better if you communicate better. So granted, these are not the most exciting texts. There's a lot to learn, though. I mean, granted, Elron's deadly prose will put you to sleep, but there's something to uncover and deconstruct. Like, I'm not at the level of John Atack. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do consider myself a Scientology expert, but Atack, excellent videos on these nuances. Alonzo, Jerry Armstrong, Chris Shelton. You can disagree with these people. Jesse, but they have a lot to teach you just for going through these old texts, these old cases. Not Nora. Nora just gives you nothing. We're just going through the basics, and her only hot stuff is making fun of Aaron Mike Rinder. So, I don't know. I guess to close off, if you want some really great deep cuts on Scientology history, go to Mike and Virginia McLary. Their channel is small. It is very hardcore conspiracy stuff. I want to forewarn you. I agree with some of it. I don't agree with a lot of it, but it is very serious analysis. It's also very funny. I follow Virginia on Twitter. She's a very funny woman. If you want more pearls of wisdom, go to them, go to Jerry Armstrong, go to me. Even Chris Shelton. I don't agree with Shelton on everything. He does a lot of bad work. He does a lot of good work. He at least knows his stuff here and there, as does Jen Atek. I disagree with them politically and culturally, but they're solid. And even Rotting Jules and Dana, who I have a lot of issues with, at least her early work was pretty strong. Nora, I'm struggling for what her best or greatest video is. Unless it's a polemical exchange with Aaron or Mike Rinder or Jenna, I'd honestly have trouble telling you what is her best video. It is just very weak analytically. And in the king of YouTube, you're either a great analyst or, you have to be really good at the gossip stuff. That seems to be more her forte, but Aaron has threatened a lawsuit. I don't know if he's serious. I don't know, but you can't lie. I mean, I have to tell her, get back to Aaron, because this other stuff is just deadly boring. I don't want her to, because she was in a bad place talking about Aaron, but her channel's suffering, and that's where we are.